The other day I was farming potatoes by hand when a man visited my island and asked, "Didn't you already win the potato war?" But no, the potato wars never ended. To understand how things ended up like this, we've got to go back to November. Squid warned me that he wasn't giving up on rank number 1, but I didn't care, so I uploaded the Great Potato War. But in the days after that, I did nothing. I'd spent so long working to become number 1. Now that I had done it, I didn't feel anything at all. I had no idea what to do with myself. But my belief that the potato war was already over hadn't been baseless. Squid Kid would need almost 100 million coins to catch up, and I knew for a fact he was broke. I decided to do some investigative journalism. People were helping Squid Kid. People had seen the video, felt bad, and gone to his island to hand him the spare items he needed to make more slots, or in some cases just pay him millions of coins, all with the express purpose of defeating Technoblade once and for all. In a week he had a farm even stronger than my own. If I wanted to remain number 1, I had to act fast. And like that I began my plan. I knew there was only one way to defeat Squid once and for all, by building a farm so powerful it reached the theoretical potato limit. And to do that, I would have to do something no solo player had ever done before: unlock the 24th minion slot. Fortunately, I'd already reached 100 million coins by selling potatoes before prices had fallen. In the meantime, I headed to the Spider's Den, where I fought tier 4 tarantula bosses until I reached Spider Slayer 5, unlocking the tarantula minion, which gave several new minion crafts. The 24th minion was up, and my farm was now producing 1,067,000 potatoes per day. I now had the maximum number of minions, but if I wanted to make the greatest possible potato farm, there was still one upgrade I needed to get. The Flycatcher is an upgrade which increased minion speed by 10%. Oh, but Technoblade, that sounds great. Wrong. You would not believe how difficult it is to make a Flycatcher. It was a daunting task, but I knew we had to start immediately. I'd been stalking Squid Kid's Twitter, so I knew he was a college student. Exam season, Squid Kid would be at his weakest. We had to get as many Flycatchers as we could before winter break. Getting tarantula silk was taking weeks, but getting the fly swatters was actually quite easy. This was largely thanks to this man who used his expert business skills to outsource the work to dozens of Skyblock tryhards, ultimately contributing 3,000 stacks of tarantula webs, for which I paid over 100 million coins. We'd finally done it. We'd created the strongest possible potato farm, producing 1,129,000 potatoes per day. Unfortunately, Squid's army wasn't slacking off either, and 2 weeks later he too had the strongest theoretical potato farm. Now the only way for him to catch up would be to farm potatoes by hand, and he had already started. I spent 10 hours constructing a gigantic potato farm covering over 21,000 blocks. My farm is finally complete. Overall, Squid ended up farming over 1 million potatoes by hand. In that same time, I farmed over 5 million! I had to replant this entire field 19 times! As time went on, you could begin to hear the hope draining from his voice. At this point, I was pretty confident in winning the potato war, but the problem is I had no idea how large my lead was. But everything changed with the pet update. Of course, the main part of the pet update was the pets themselves. I immediately started looking for a pet. The best option I could find was the rabbit pet. It turned out rabbit pets had a secret third ability that only legendary variants had, which increased the speed of farming minions by up to 30%. And Squid had no idea it existed! And in this time, Squid was fishing to level up his epic squid pet. It wasn't until 4 days after the update that he learned about the legendary rabbit and got one of his own. But it was too late. His pet sucks. It's level like 65 or something. It's difficult to calculate exactly what my potato lead is right now because the rabbit pet only works when you're online, but the pet update has definitely pushed it to at least 25 million. You have no idea. This man's been playing checkers while I've been farming potatoes. He's through.